Welcome, my name is Jan Dvořák, I'm the founder of the Universe, and today I'm going to show you all about Universe Encyclopedia. For this example I'm using my own universe because it's already very well populated when it comes to at least characters. As you can notice, there's a lot of categories. Yours initially is going to have only about 6 categories, but once you go to the settings, you are able then to select all the other ones that you can see here. In addition, you can select here if they should be included in categories in group listing, and that's the second tab up here. As you can see here, group, in this case characters under each other, or in some more advanced cases like here, you can create your own categories and group other things below that. So the settings will allow you to have categories kind of as a starting point, or you can kind of start from wherever you want to. So what else do we have here in the settings? You can set the universe as a template universe. Template universes are special cases of universes that allow other writers to copy the content of those universe encyclopedias into their own. These are usually reserved for, say, myths and legends or regional encyclopedia, where you create, say, for your own city, the history, the important people through history, locations, and so on. So if you have authors writing in your city, they can come to your template universe, copy that information into their universe, or have that as a starting point, and then write their stories in that. We have a welcome message that's going to appear when the readers enter the encyclopedia. That's very straightforward for the settings. Let us take a look here and create, say, a new country. So on the top you have the name, you have the pronunciation. If the browser supports the speech API, it will be even possible to read that out. In that case, it's best if you follow the IPA notation. Next, you can of course select if it should be publicly visible or not. You can also add indicator if it's going to be work in progress. That will be this little hammer right next to it. And then you can set, as with any other content, if it has been generated by AI. For the groups, you can select a container, that this is going to be a container, in which case the best thing is that just remove all the other things and just keep the summary there, so that the container can show what is in that category of your own. You can add tags, you can add a cover image, and again here you can say if it was AI generated, and the same thing for the summary. Now it's important to note that the name of the entry, some of the tags, cover image, and summary, that will be shown in the story reader as the initial content. This is, we want not to overwhelm the reader with too much data, so they will see this summary and they will then have option to click to see more for the full information. Next, you will see fields with these 3 dots. That's a drag button, so you can click that and drag it and reorder the fields. You can always rename the fields or make the fields private so that only you, the author, and other collaborators will be able to see that field. And you can see we have multiple fields, and every category has a template. That's what you see here now for countries. And if you are on a paid plan, then you can have an option to add additional fields. So we have definition. That's just, could say, one text field, one entry. Then we have a text. This is the full text field and text editor, where you can write much longer prose. We have connection, which allows you, like you see here under language, connect to other entries, and you can also add here extra information and so on. You can also make connections without connecting to other entries in some specific cases. Then we have a time. In this case, you can here define, either time or date in time or date itself, and that will then use the browser built-in components to define that and give you a nice drop down right here. Additionally, we have fictional date, fictional time, and fictional date time. They are fictional, so it means you can put any value you want into them. In the future, there will be some additional functionality to that. Then we have an image, so that will allow you to add an image inside, so we can have multiple images here. And finally, a new addition, we have canvas, which allows you to add nodes and other elements into a canvas. You might know that from Obsidian, and connect them and whatnot. This is a new feature, so we are still experimenting with it as well. So that's what you can do here. You can of course reorder it, change, rename everything, and eventually create big extensive encyclopedias with characters, locations, and as you can see, many other things. You can search through the encyclopedia if it gets as big as mine. But where this really starts to shine is if we go back to our workshop, to our stories, and let's just pick one over here. This is our writing editor. And as you might notice, some of these entries are light blue dotted underline, and that's because they have been connected to the encyclopedia. And if I click on it, you can notice here on the side, in the side over here, there is the information from the encyclopedia. For right now, we're in the writer, so right now we see everything, and we can also edit the entry here as well. In this magical site, we have the full functionality of Encyclopedia just in a smaller space. So the idea here is that as you work on the story, as you connect things, or as you create new characters, you quickly add it in, go back to writing your story, and then expand on it later on in the encyclopedia, where you can use the full screen for that. And let's make a quick showcase. So how you add it, this is this lookup over here, and then we search for Sarah, add her, and done. There she is. So simple like that, you get connection, and the same, of course, with less information initially, will be given to the readers. So this way you can provide extra information for those who want to. You don't have to repeat yourself in the story. You can just focus on the story as is, and a lot of the world building that some might not appreciate, or if you want to really add more information or remind people of a character that you have introduced, say, in the first book, and now you're writing the third book and they have not been, say, in the second book. This is a very easy way how to underline or connect that given text or character, link it to the encyclopedia so that those who don't remember can quickly click and refresh their memory. There is much more, but that will be for another time. So this has been a quick look, despite the short time it took to explain. There's a lot more that's part of Literary Universe, but that's for another chapter. See you next time.